And hello out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to the Color Animal Inn. This is episode 26.4. And unfortunately, one of our few players tonight, since almost everybody was from the other side of the pond, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning where he was, so he had to call it a night. But I'm going to keep going with QWERTY and Felix and Azure. At least for one more session, another hour or two, whatever happens. Um, so, in the last adventure, our party had fought some zombies and a bear, and unfortunately, the bear got bit by zombies and is now a zombie bear and was coming for them, but they managed to run away to the safety of where they had earlier killed some onkegs. Um, Trodel had found, or Trodai had found a black pearl that he had missed earlier in this dead bandit, and decides to book it back home before he gets eaten by zombies or something. Leaving Tlanish, Felix, and the unconscious body of Yolan Vale to decide what they're going to do next.
Well, we shall begin by unceremoniously stuffing one of Yolenvale's Cure Light Wounds potions in his gaping mouth hole.
Or any other hole, actually.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. Although some of the holes, once you pour it in there, they're going to start sealing up. So you want to pick one that's at least an orifice.
No comment.
So QWERTY, since you're the drinker, if you'd like to roll the D8 plus 1 for healing. Nicely done. You heal 8. You heal 8, QWERTY. There we go. And move action, you're welcome to stand up. You're going to lose all your little token icons.
Yeah, he's going to stand up. No reason not to.
Yep. Alright, what's next? Be sure to mark a potion down, QWERTY. You used one of your own.
Right. And he's going to chug another.
Oh, sorry. That's noisier than I wanted it to be.
Whoa.
He's going to chug another. He's going to chug a potion through a raging headache.
Tlanish is going to calmly tell him that what he did was stupid, that he's lucky to be alive.
Like, I don't care. It was amusing.
Felix is gonna say you're not weighing that much.
I think. Yeah, he's only 145 without equipment.
Nothing.
To Felix, that was air.
Yeah.
He lifted a feather and
ran with it.
He's gonna drink yet another potion. Immediately 3 health.
Little less effective that time.
Yeah.
chug, 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 chug every potion.
Yep.
Well, we have a bear in our way. In the direction we were trying to go.
Yeah.
Yolenvale notices he doesn't have his weapons, so he goes back to where he was knocked out cold. Slowly but surely.
We are going to stay here. Or at least Tlanish is.
He sees the bear standing up and he's like, what the hell is going on? I saw that damn thing fall down.
Would you like to do a heal, potentially knowledge, nature, or survival check?
Sure. Let's go with nature.
He believes the bear is merely bloodied from the battle. He doesn't realize that it is zombified.
Alright. Does the bear do anything except just stand there on the bridge?
It seems to be just standing there right now. It's kind of drooling a little bit and looking around. It does seem to be acting unusually, but you don't really think anything of it. You think it's just dazed from the fight.
Alright, and picking up something is a free action, right?
I'll allow it in most cases.
Alright. He runs over here, picks up his weapons, and dashes back.
Alrighty. Please roll initiative for me. Just Yolan. You've got the initiative.
Right, so
So when you,
it happens.
what is your forward move speed?
It's my base is 40,
Okay.
so
So
it's
from
40
here to
today.
there, 40 feet. Grab it, 40 feet back.
Yep.
Got it. And these are now taken. Zombified bear is going to move, maybe. Computer's being a little slow here. There we go. 5, 10, 15, 20 feet. And then presumably you're going to run again.
Yep.
Go ahead and do so. And it'll be far enough the zombie bear is going to lose interest. And it's probably going to spend its time, I don't know, nomming on this zombie corpse here or something.
Alright.
It has delicious, relatively fresh corpses right here that it can feast upon.
No, right now it's most interested in the zombie. It lost track of Yolan. So what are y'all going to do?
I think we're going to try to skirt around that bear. See if we can explore in some roundabout way without bearing the consequences of the bear.
Really? That's just bad.
These bad puns are getting unbearable.
Oh, the groans, the
No.
forever groans.
Personally,
I
I like puns, but I understand
do
that
too.
other people don't. It's a very polarizing thing.
I personally like puns. Really?
That joke should have been in hibernation.
Yeah. Okay. I give up.
Clearly,
Now,
you're a grizzled veteran at this.
let's get back on the ice and hunt some seals.
Right, well, we can go. Like, if we want to
we all
get
need
past
to
the bear,
stay
we can
pretty
go this way.
frosty if we're gonna make it out of this.
Oh, God. We can sort of go this way.
Well, didn't you say the cave was in...
It's exactly the way you've been coming from, to the northeast.
Yeah, it's northeast. This way. And I don't want to go past the bear, so we gotta skirt around the freaking bear.
Young goes, even though he knows what is happening, he's like, I'll pull it. I know I can't take it on, but I know I can outrun it.
Well, you could tempt it into a corner somewhere around here or something and just leave it there.
Yeah, that's what he's planning on doing.
Alright. Well, we'll back the F out and wait for you to finish your grisly business
so-
with the bear.
Should I roll initiative?
Really, when we come down to it, there's no point, because playing it out in my head, you certainly can run up, tempt it to move, run away safely. It's going to move towards you, and you just keep doing that until you lure it some direction. But I want there to be some chance of failure, and I want it to be a logical, reasonable reason. So I'm thinking what I want ultimately is just a handle animal check.
All right.
Even if you're
Do
not
a-
trained in it.
Do a Crocodile Dundee on it,
Yeah.
even though it's a zombie bear.
So I would say that by this point, you pretty much are aware that it is a zombified bear. So it's moving so slow and all that. You're just gonna play Toreador with it, and eventually it's going to follow you over in this direction. You said over here somewhere.
Yeah, why not? And I dash through the brush and whip around.
Yep. A little anticlimactic, but yeah. I don't see any reason why that wouldn't work. Just exactly the way you wanted it to.
I was personally going to use some of my items to forcefully get its attention and then just have it chase after me while the others go.
What kind of item would you have used?
The item that I got from the last time I played is Yonville, that special magic item.
Do not recall.
The potion of Ray of Frost.
Oh. Yeah, okay. If you want to use that on the bear, you're more than welcome to do so.
Yeah, he was just sat in like plain view waiting for it to try and notice him. If that wouldn't have worked, he would have launched it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to use it.
Right.
Just getting close enough that the bear can smell or life sense you, whatever it is zombies do, and then running away, knowing full where it is, knowing the terrain you're on, you got no problem.
Right. Just simple kiting tactics.
Yep.
Right.
So it looks like Slanish has headed down south.
Nah, just was tucking at the edge of the map to stay away from the bear
Gotcha.
and not tempt the bear with his not so tender, scaly flesh.
Yep.
Well, I guess we're
And
gonna.
Yonville will lead the way.
That is totally smart.
Yep.
Yup.
Amazing. Well, we'll
Actually, he
stay.
is pretty smart.
We'll stay relatively close together because we know that there is a severely wounded ghoul somewhere that may get hungry enough to get a bite.
His intel is at 16. His wisdom's only at 12, though.
That's still
I'm
relatively high.
Yeah, I'm thinking head off maybe this way.
He's smart, but he isn't exactly the wisest.
He's special, all right.
If you think he's special, you should see Newman.
Yeah.
He's a special and unique snowflake, Yolan was.
I think Newman more so.
God, I'm not sure I want to know.
Newman's a very interesting character.
Who do you think is more unique and interesting? Yolenvale or Newman?
They're both unique. You can't be more unique. You're either unique or you're not.
Fine, who's more interesting?
I kind of miss
guys?
Newman.
Yeah.
Before we continue on,
Yeah, we should cut this. Maybe.
Yes, that one other zombie. I've forgotten about him.
he had forgotten about himself.
Are you trying to avoid him?
Well, not really. Bear zombies are trouble, and when they're made out of bears that, clownish things could eat him for breakfast.
The zombie
This, not
does
so much.
not appear to notice you.
Alright, Bill's just gonna run up and smash its skull and with the Morning Star
You got it.
charge attack.
Yep, you'll get a free surprise round. 19's gonna do it.
And wouldn't that be +5?
No, zombies are immune, or not, well, resistant to Morningstar type attacks.
Both blunt and piercing.
Yep.
Oh, alright.
So you do 1 point of damage to it, and now we do need to roll initiative.
Yay.
Eventually.
Today, maybe.
Maybe
Maybe
the
the
API is down.
Yeah.
Yep, let me see. Hang on.
One nice thing about APIs is they keep everything nice and fancy, but without using them, you don't have to worry about them constantly crashing.
Yeah. It's very much a trade-off. Restarting sandbox, see the script changes. Waiting. Still waiting. Continuing to wait. Waiting even more. Starting to wonder. Checking the Pingdom review. Pingdom says roll 20 is all go.
Of course, if we can't get the API up for initiative, we could always just go with the character sheet.
Some of the character sheet does use the API.
Really?
I rewrote it, yeah. Previous shutdown complete, starting up, spinning up new sandbox, still waiting. Damn, I feel crippled without the API. Nope, there it goes. There we are.
I went with the character sheet.
Cool.
I went with the API with the init button.
Guess it's working regardless.
They must you must have hit it right as it reloaded or something, or I don't know what happened, because they seem to all pop up at the exact same moment for me.
Huh.
Uh,
Okay then.
Yep, so there we go. Felix, looks like you're up first this round. What would you like to do? Yellow Veils just charged up to the zombie and kind of bonked it lightly on the head.
Push the bugbear into the water.
All right. Let me get a strength check from you.
Watch, he rolls a natural 20 and just kind of lightly pushes it with his foot.
Yeah, it just goes flying.
Ends up killing something.
A 7. No. The bugbear is a little bit unwieldy and heavy for you. You managed to shove it, kind of sideways a little bit.
It's in 2 pieces, remind you.
There is that too. So maybe you got half of it into the water.
I was thinking maybe that all the gore was like it kind of hit the ground and like acted like a glue.
Ew. But yeah, possibly. I mean, y'all are writing the story as much as I am.
Sometimes more, so sometimes less.
Yep. So there you go, Felix. What else you want to do?
Well, Again, I can see Blizzard and Lizard.
You can move past him. He won't mind. He'll get out of your way.
uh,
Oh, Cordy, you okay?
I muted. Sorry.
Alright, Felix did his action, then he moved. It is now the zombie's turn. And that is exactly what the zombie is going to do. It's going to turn very slowly and brains. It's going to claw at Yolan with an 8, very ineffectively. Slanish, you're up.
I am going to charge the zombie. Apply chargings.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Oh, actually,
You're using
that is,
your.
you're absolutely correct. There is an ally in the way. You can't charge with an ally in the way. I am going to
Oh yeah, yeah. I was just
move
thinking the
30
bush.
feet. I'm going to move 30 feet and horse chop it.
Well, you
Okay.
could always run and jump off the cliff and try and attack it.
Nope.
Sure. But I'm going to expedite this. It's one freaking zombie.
Yes. 21 is going to be a hit. That is 16 points of damage. And it is re-deadened. Taking us back out of turn order. And what would you like to do next?
I wipe my blade on the bushes. That is disgusting.
And Yolenville acts as if nothing ever happened and proceeds to move on.
and Felix is just gonna follow.
I don't imagine that these zombies have any clothing or anything where valuables might be from their past life.
You know, don't know.
And I'm pretty sure the stench of them would follow whatever piece of items you would bring from them.
But no, they're old and rotten.
Well, F them then. Bye.
Alright, and Yolenville will bring us to the next area.
Alrighty, coming up.
Let's see, can make use of it. Hold on, just a second.
I swear to God, if it's another river.
It is a different piece. I was double checking with an earlier piece. Let's see. How do I want to rotate it? Let's rotate it like so. There we go.
Alright. And a survival check, please.
Will do. Right, there we go. And survival.
Very nice.
Is it a zombie dragon?
It is your choice between zombies
Or dragons?
or a skeleton champion.
I say the skeleton champion.
You do indeed.
And I'm sure you figured that's what I would choose.
Just because you were bored of zombies. That was my guess.
No.
Oh. So you come across here, and you look down and you see that this relatively open field um, looks like it was the scene of a battle once. There are like bones sticking out of the ground here. Obviously, a long time ago. They're all, mildewy and worthless, and now any gear is long since rusted away. But there is one skeleton with a metal shield in one hand and a sword, still wearing his helmet, standing pretty much motionless on top of this boulder. It does not appear to have seen you.
Yolenvale is skeptical of the skeleton. Uh, hmm. Can I do like a knowledge arcana or something like that? Or like planes to try and determine if there's anything like particularly special about it?
Any type of roll you make will determine the type of information that you get back. So if you roll Knowledge Arcana, you get knowledge about how skeletons are formed. Knowledge of planes, you get more like the death aspect of it, and so on. So you can always make any kind of roll. It just might not give you useful information.
What kind would
Knowledge,
like history?
nature, or dungeoneering is what you want when you're looking for like the stuff a adventurer would be most interested in.
When it comes to things like zombies and skeletons?
Right, you're gonna get information on like their combat abilities and such.
Alright.
So one knowledge, nature. Well, the first thing obviously is that skeletons are not exactly a natural being. They are animated by magic, but you knew that. This skeleton champion in particular is a skeleton that, unlike most skeletons, that they don't give a shit who they are. This is the skeleton of a human warrior, so it has combat training that most skeletons don't have. Just like most undead, it's got various like resistances and DR, like all skeletons, of course. You want to use a blunt weapon to fight it. You also know that this. Actually, no. With that roll, that is about all that you know.
Alright. So basically, I just know the basics of a skeleton champion.
Basically, yeah. You just know that it's a more powerful version of a regular skeleton.
I'm assuming it was like around 10 or 15.
You got a 12.
12?
Yep.
Within that range.
Yep. So, Slanish, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna waddle up. Eye up the skeleton. It's just standing there,
It is.
motionless.
Mm-hmm. It has not yet noticed you.
Well,
After what just happened, Yolenville's gonna back away.
Felix, what are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna walk up to here and do
You can actually move all the way up if you want. We're not in turn order.
well, then I'm gonna do that. And gonna check with knowledge history to see if I can remember something about this battle in particular.
It's an excellent choice. You really don't remember anything in particular. If you want to make up like one small interesting fact about this battle that you might recall, feel free, but Your roll isn't going to tell you anything useful.
Okay.
Can Yonville do a history check to see if he knows anything about this battle?
Sure. Nope.
Just a
I don't
pile of
think.
bones.
Oh, and
Yeah.
neither of you had any ranks in it, so you couldn't have made that roll.
Oh,
Technically, by the rules. Sorry. Shlanish, what are you doing?
He's just gonna sort of look in this clearing, see that there's no goddamn cave. A completely uninteresting skeleton is standing on a hill, chilling. So he's just gonna move this way and see if the skeleton reacts at all.
Cool. Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Not particularly.
It seems to have noticed you.
That's fine. Does it seem like it's about to charge or something? I eye it up.
Right now, it is just turning towards you, and it is starting to move in your direction. It looks like it's going to come down off of this stone in this direction soon.
I will assume a defensive stance,
All right, give me the pink dot for full defense.
but I will otherwise do nothing
Cool.
yet.
Let's go with Felix. Felix, you see this happening? You got like half a round to react before we roll initiative.
Half a round reaction.
Yeah,
Oh.
assume that you had a ready to action, perhaps, or take a move, one or the other, but not both.
Well, I'm gonna move back.
Cool. And Yolan?
Yonville is going to move down this way and assume a defensive stance.
Alrighty, let's roll initiative, folks. Very good, with Slanish up first. Azure?
I am going to pull out my Earthbreaker and just sort of eye it up. And if it makes a hostile movement towards me and, tries to stick its sword in me or whatever, I'm going to stick my Earthbreaker in its skull.
Cool, so that's a ready to action, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The skeleton itself. Let's see. It rolled a perception there. It saw Slanish. Has it seen Yolan? Probably not. Let's see. Surprisingly, yes. Let's see if it notices Felix. So it knows there are two of you here. It is going to roll randomly between the two of you, with Slanish as a 1. Yolan is its target. It is going to jump down and raising its long sword, it is going to move forward enough that it gets to make an attack. Yolan, you are in full defensive, so this is going to be a -2 to hit. Long sword versus Yolan. Does not hit. Yolan, it's your turn.
Alright, so Yonville is going to take a 5-foot step over here and Morningstar.
12 is not a hit. Felix, it's your turn.
Well, a ray of frost.
Okay, I do believe you need to get a little closer.
25?
That's 35.
Ah, sorry.
It's all right. They can be a little difficult to read sometimes.
Is it 35 without counting the movement?
I think it was.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. It's
No,
it's
he was
problematic because of the double movement thing.
right.
Because of
That
Pathfinder's
does
double
count in
movement.
measuring, though.
Not normally, but if you
Yeah,
say so, you're
I
the
do.
GM.
I do. So I'm reading that as 35 feet. But where he is now is easily within range. A 15 going against its touch AC is a hit.
Great. Had it.
3d3 plus 1. There you go. 3 points of cold damage that does absolutely nothing to the skeleton. Slanish, it's your turn.
I am going to move into flank. I'm going to rage, and I'm going to crush this thing into the ground. Apply anger. Apply face smashings. I crush you.
I'm crushing your head. I am crushing your head.
Oh my god, I love that.
I'm glad you even know what I'm talking about. 18 to hit, plus 2 for
Yep.
flanking, plus 2 for...
Plus 2 for raging.
That is a hit. Blunt damage with the Earthbreaker. That is 11 points, plus 3, 14 points of damage. Plus for
Yep.
rage. Oh, that is a plus 3. So
It's
14,
plus 3 for rage, yeah.
14 points total. Took it
Yep.
down to about half. Skeleton's turn. No, it's still standing. I got something in my eye all of a sudden.
I can't see its health at all.
Yeah, it's gonna. Here, let me do this. That helps a little
There
bit.
we go.
So its turn, and 2 targets, neither of which is particularly juicy. It's going after Yolan again.
Go figure.
Long sword. 11 does not hit. Yolan, you're up.
Right. Morning Star. Two-hand Morning Star.
That is a 19 plus 2 for flanking is a hit. Morningstar is blunt, so that's 7 plus... Oh wait, is that two-handed already?
No, just add 1.
Add 1. So 8 points of damage. Minus 8. And that's another half off of it. So it's down to about a quarter. Felix, your turn.
Well, I'm running low on options. I do have one thing left, though.
Ashley?
Was that an acid attack?
It was an acid attack.
That's what I thought. That is a hit. That is also a critical hit. I'm going to let you hit that critical hit table. Very good. So what's the damage?
1d3.
All right.
And does that get doubled for magic or no?
No.
Magic just deals damage.
Yeah. but I do allow the critical hit to affect too. So maybe you hit it in the knee or something, and it goes prone.
Smashed its knee out. Has to reassemble and get up.
Yes. Slanish, you're up.
I grin like a motherfucker when I see this thing on the floor. I pack up my Earthbreaker and begin the punishment. Apply claw to face. Well, to bones. To random bones.
You got it. Miss.
Wow, even with the bonuses?
With
'Cause
all the
that's
bonuses
a
and
plus
everything.
8, yeah.
That's a total of a
Okay.
19. That's a miss.
Apply other claw to face.
That's not a miss. That's a hit. 8 points of damage. Are you still raging? You're still raging?
Yeah. 10
That's
points
10.
of damage. Apply bone biting.
Alrighty.
Oh, well, I'm gonna bite it anyway. I don't even care.
That's also a miss.
I gnaw on a random bone to no effect, leaving no bite marks of any kind.
Do
And then
Yeah.
Then I
You
chill
nibble on
out.
one of it- You nibble on one of its toes.
Nom nom nom. I chill out.
And it, if I can get the thing to come up, there we go, is re-dead.
And the acid blob that was at knee earlier has disappeared.
What is?
Basically, the blob of acid I throw stay around.
Oh. Yeah, well, not anymore.
Question. Are we playing Pathfinder or are we playing Legend of Zelda?
I've never actually played Legend of Zelda. Any of them. I mean, briefly at a friend's house or something, but
But you do know what redeads are, right?
Nope.
They're kind of like the zombies of Legend of Zelda. They're slow, shambling. If you get too close to them, they shriek and paralyze you. And then if they get to you, they grab you and start feasting on you.
Like a siren mixed with a zombie.
nice.
So like regular zombies, only called different. And also shrieking.
Noisy zombies.
Noisy zombies.
Well,
Yeah, my little brother said they're kind of like a fusion of a siren/banshee and a zombie.
well,
They're
fortunately for
like
you,
the ones
there are none of
from
those here.
Last of Us.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what valuables the zombie has. Let's grave rob a little bit. This is what we're up to.
The zombie has an old rusty longsword, an old rusty metal shield, and an old rusty metal helmet.
I kick its rusty metal helmet away. In frustration. Stupid skeleton. And then I waddle away, waddle. Then I waddle away, waddle.
Till
Till the very next day.
Bum, 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 ba-dum.
That's
I am
so
completely
cute.
lost.
I shouldn't like that for any reason, but I really do. It's a
It is
cute video.
catchy. It is catchy as hell.
It is.
You guys just lost me. But nor did that shouldn't come as a surprise.
The duck song.
Never
Do you have a
heard of it.
link for that handy by any chance? I
Oh
used to
god,
have
no,
one.
but
No.
just Google it. Just Google
Yeah,
the
yeah.
duck song. And then
My
I'm
old
going
brother
to
knows what it is, I don't.
Hang on.
and then I'm going to sort of crouch down and rest for a minute or so.
There you go. I think this is one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the original.
Tell me the duck story.
I can only play a little bit of this.
Ba-dum-ba-dum. A duck walked up to a lemonade stand and he said to the man running the stand, "Hey, bum bum bum, got any grapes?" The man said, "No, we just sell lemonade.
Can I always
But it's
try and
cold and
use
it's
the
fresh
jukebox?
and it's all homemade. Can I get you a glass?" The duck said, "I'll pass." Then he waddled away, waddle waddle, till the very next day, bum 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 bum.
that's even pushing it a little bit, but I got the little, and then you waddle away. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, cute. Anyway.
So this is just a rock outcropping, nothing special.
It looks like rocks to a casual glance.
Perception.
I am going to poke it with my horse chopper.
You got a perception from Yolan Vale.
I will give you one as well.
Got a perception from Thlonix.
And I'm gonna use a dungeoneering with bonus from. Could I use my bonus from Stonecutter?
Absolutely, yes. Because you're looking at a rock. I mean, you're a dwarf. You probably know this rock's name.
Just need to find out how I actually use it.
Are you just talking about your just standard being a dwarf bonus? Or is this like a feat or a trait or something?
My standard being a dwarf that had been looking at too many stones.
Alright, so we're looking at PRD, core, race.
I just realized
dwarf.
You don't use the jukebox at all.
I don't. I find it kind of annoying to have background music because I like to listen to music, and when it's playing, I listen to it, and then I can't hear the players, and it kind of it distracts me. Plus, there's the fact that I can't put in my own music, which sucks.
Yeah, sure.
If I could have my own playlist, I might be able to pick some stuff that I can deal with, but no. SoundCloud, you're trying way too hard, guys.
There's the tabletop audio thing. They actually have some very decent ones.
Yeah, but again, I've kind of gotten used to not using it.
Yeah.
So Stone Cunning, a dwarf receives a +2 bonus on perception checks to potentially notice unusual stonework such as traps and hidden doors located in stone walls or floors. They receive such a check whenever they pass within 10 feet of them, whether or not they're actively looking. So, Felix, I'm going to make a perception because you're passing within 10 feet, and now since you are actively looking, you may make your own perception, and we will look at the better of the two. You rolled an 8, I rolled an 18. End result is a 20. Slanish rolled a 12. Yola rolled a 24. And Yola notices something back here. A glint of metal. When she looks down, it looks like an iron ring attached to this stone. Or when he looks down. And Felix is able to tell that by pulling on the ring, a section of the stone is actually going to pull loose. It's like a drawer, like an actual drawer in the stone that this ring pulls out.
Yolan, without knowing it's a drawer, decides to tug on the ring.
Are you sure you want to open it and not check for traps or anything?
Yolan doesn't care about traps.
You're right, she doesn't. So let me get a reflex save from Yolan and Felix as the drawer pops open.
Okay.
And nothing happens. The drawer is actually just there. Inside, you find well, it used to be velvet-lined tray or chamber or something. Time has not affected the velvet very well, but the item being held by the tray is still in pristine condition. And this item is, since Yola, I gotta give it to you. You opened the drawer. You pick first. I'm trying to get to the right thing here. I would like a D100 from you, please. 29. Very nice. Let me see. I gotta check a few things here. Come on. I'm trying a different way of generating stuff here. And it's not as easy as the thing I usually use. So I've got to
For
scroll.
the game that I'm running on Tuesdays, I simply have a handout for like the weapons and armors.
Uh-huh.
And then for like the gems and all that, I just have like the list of the style gem, and then I just go to the PRD to grab that.
Well, I don't even go to that much trouble. I generate it randomly when needed. Let's see. Let me get a D3 from you, please, Yola. Wow, very nice. And one more D100. Oh, wow. Very nice.
Okay
Coming
then.
up. Yeah, hang on. What did I just get? I got...
Please be a magic item that I can wear.
Let me get one more D100 from you, please. Good Lord, boy.
Looks like I'm
Wow.
being reverse Nick rolls.
Excuse me. I have to write this down. Hang on.
Suicidal tendencies pay off.
Yeah, apparently. Sorry. One moment. Oh. So making notes here. Value is going to be... Where's that listed? So as you pull this tray out, you see the long handle of a pole arm. And in this tray is a halberd of exceptional make. What do you do?
Can I do a spellcraft check?
Certainly can, if you have at least one rank in it. Very nice. Go ahead and give me an appraisal as well, please. Cool. First off, just in terms of the weapon itself, you believe this to be worth, I think I did this right, 8,000 gold pieces.
Oh my god.
So you probably share that immediately with the rest of the group, but I'm going to whisper this to you. And that is what you believe this to be. So Yolan has pulled this weapon out and he's examining it. If he hands it to one of you, you can examine it as well.
He's gonna hold on to it just because he hasn't really seen that style of weapon before. It's interesting, and he likes interesting things. Huh.
Yes, indeed.
Nobody's touching it.
It is in your hands. Literally.
He is quickly holding onto it with all his might.
Yeah, Planish sort of just eyes him sideways and goes, I hope you will remember we saved your life, and then wanders this way.
You can have my money, I don't care. Money is useless to me. I like interesting things. Money's not interesting.
Alrighty. Looks like the party's moving on. Let's move
I
on with them.
just can you have a second to add it to my inventory?
Absolutely.
And would you mind stopping soon?
Yeah, are we going to call it a night?
I'm almost falling out of my chair.
Alright, we are just about to hit the hour mark anyway, so let's go ahead and call it a night here. Unfortunately, the party never did find their cave. They think they know where it is. Getting home is not going to be a problem. Because Felix and Slonish have not... Well, Slonish, you actually did get 3 items. We got a pearl and a potion tonight. But
Yep.
Felix did not find anything. So Felix, at the bushes at your feet, you notice there is something sticking out. And it is, if you would roll me a d5.
A D5. Mm.
4. Very nice. Good choice. I would like a d9, please. 6. You have read magic, yes?
I'm not actually sure I have.
Ah. be a cantrip, level 0 spell.
I do have one slot open.
I would
One I
use
haven't
that.
chosen.
I would strongly suggest you learn Read Magic because that'll let you. Well, no, for a sorcerer, no, it is needed because you're going to need it to use scrolls, which is what you just found. You found a scroll, so I would strongly suggest getting Read Magic.
Read magic.
And when you do, so you look down and you see what you think at first is a piece of newspaper or something that is kind of blown underneath this bush. But then you recognize that the letters on it, the writing on it, are actually magical writing. And you pull up an old scroll, kind of faded with time and the elements. And
Okay.
it is this. Which I have just whispered to you.
I will write it in my inventory.
Cool. And for what it's worth, the value of this scroll is only 25 gold pieces, but it's something.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for playing with us.
Thank you for letting me on.
Yeah. Hope you sign up again in the future, man. It's been fun.
Well, I plan on it.
Cool. I'm doing alternate weeks, so, unfortunately not next week unless unless we have another situation where nobody joins. But then the week after that, please feel free to sign up.
Thanks for hosting such an awesome game.
Yeah, you're
I love
welcome, Cody.
those.
Thank you all for playing. I had a great time as usual. And I will see you again in the future.
See ya.
Good night, everybody. Good night,
Bye.
YouTube.